I'm Liza Morales Crespo. I'm the CEO of Philippine Geogreen. Philippine Geogreen is a provider of green construction products for the home and for businesses as well. Philippine Geogreen is part of the PGA Tech group of companies. PGA Tech is the businesses have been started by my parents more than 30 years ago. All the businesses basically are into construction, and we go into soil stabilization, foundations, roads. With this direction to set up Geogreen like 10 years ago, we were looking more towards sustainability and helping make the world a better place. We've been around 10 years, and it's really complemented all the companies that are within the PGA Tech group of companies. We're celebrating our 10th year this year. We're happy that, we've gone this far, and we have a lot of new things in store for everyone. We've served a lot of businesses and a lot of homes, different schools such as International School, Savior, different churches as well. You see them all around. One of our most iconic churches that we started out with was Quiapo Church. We also are in the Ayala Greenbelt Chapel. We're proud to say that we've served maybe like the top 100 companies in the Philippines, multinational companies who are serious about sustainability and going green. What we've started out with was predicated on the 4 elements. So we thought that, okay, the 4 elements would be great because these are the elements that are necessary to sustain life on Earth. And if we focus on those 4 elements, then there's no way you could go wrong because these are necessities that man needs to be able to survive. So we started out with air, which is, big ass fans. Big ass fans has been like our best-selling product to date as far as the industries are concerned. You could really see the return on investment calculations really show that it's been very effective with reducing the amount of electricity as far as the industry's consumption is concerned. For example, some malls that we've installed it in have experienced 30% drop in their energy cost, like monthly. It also lessens their operating expenses. It's HVLS, which means high volume, low speed. So you're not really relying on a high-speed fan to move air. With the aerodynamic design of the blades, you can move a lot of air without sacrificing efficiencies. We've been selling, the industrial, commercial type of fans for the past 10 years, but it's just recently that we came out with the residential models that people can actually use in their homes. Like, I live in a condominium and I could use a fan myself. So for low ceiling applications, the Haiku fans are perfect. Also a green product, it uses only 30 watts of electricity. The same energy as a light bulb, but you're able to cool the space without having to rely on air conditioning. Or, you could still use air conditioning and have the fan supplement and reduce also your carbon footprint at home. And then fire would be Solitude because that comes from the sun. It harnesses the power of the sun, which is fire. So it's basically a light fixture that uses daylighting. It harnesses the energy of the sun without bringing in the heat. It doesn't bring in UV rays as well. It's great because it helps, people turn off the lights, their electric lights during the day, and help them save on electricity. We can have it in factories, warehouses, or anywhere, basically that needs light. And all these different businesses can turn off their lights during the day. It's very efficient. You could have it for 8 to 9 hours in a day, exactly like skylights, but without the heat, without the problems of leaks, and without the harmful UV rays of the sun. Water, which is BioCleaner's wastewater treatment system. This is something that we just recently introduced, and it's really been great because now that, with the government's thrust on really keeping track of how the wastewater is treated and everyone being more conscious about what you're discharging into the water streams, BioCleaners is very timely because it allows us to treat the wastewater of different industries to levels that will pass DNR and Laguna Lake Development Authority requirements. You've heard about all these shutdowns with establishments, with resorts, and in Manila Bay. Having the BioCleaners wastewater treatment basically allows, all these industries to pass and make sure that they comply. It allows them to do that without having to replace whatever infrastructure they already have existing. So we could make do with whatever. If they have a sewage treatment plant, we could just make use of that, and we will retrofit it with minimal cost to the client. To complete the 4 elements, we're excited to launch ShoreLock, which completes Earth. Basically, ShoreLock is a product that uses a chemical process to allow the accretion of sand in beaches. As we know, we have some coastlines where there are more rocky beaches as opposed to sandy beaches. A lot of the resort real estate is dependent on the quality of the beachfront. What Shorelock does is that it allows for the accretion of sand over like a span of 3 months, and it basically allows the sand to build up over time. And what results is an environment-friendly process that does not disrupt marine life. As I've mentioned, with the 4 elements, so one of the components was air. And aside from the big-ass fans, we wanted something that was also cleaning the air. This is very exciting, like something that we just recently started distributing is Dry Wired. Dry Wired is a coating system. The company is big on nanotechnology. It's the leading provider of nanotechnologies. They have an architectural product section, and that is what we are representing here in the Philippines. We're the exclusive distributor. So what they have for the architecture and construction is a coating system that basically allows you to clean the air as well as also reduce the amount of maintenance that you have to do outside the building. As we know, with the amount of pollution that we have here in the Philippines, like for example, if you painted exterior surface of a building white, it won't really stay white. Even after a day, it becomes gray already. It's a colorless coating that can be applied after you have your surface coating, and it protects that. It's hydrophobic, so basically water won't stick to it, and it also makes sure that dust will not stick to it. It also has the ability to clean air. So in the States, they actually have used it for, buses. They paint the buses so that the buses, when they move throughout the cities, they would actually clean the air. So it's like a moving air cleaner. They've also used it for buildings, and they could use it for interior and exterior spaces. What's wonderful about it is that, it's a passive system, so you don't need any special gadgets or tools to clean the air. It is photocatalytic. By photocatalytic, I mean that it actually is activated by light. So whether it's daylight or lights within an interior space, that's how the cleaning property of the surface gets activated. So it uses titanium oxide just to clean the air. So it allows people to basically help them with their operating expenses, and at the same time, you can also help do your share in making the environment, cleaner as far as the air is concerned. Just started with Dry Wired. That's one of the products. Loam Active, which is the one that cleans the air. We also have Nano Tint, which is a coating that's also applied on glass. So you know how sometimes you have glass that brings in heat, and for example, for like southern exposures, it really is problematic because yes, you're getting the benefit of daylight, but at the same time, it brings in all these harmful UV rays, and it degrades your furniture, and your thermal efficiency suffers. With the Nano Tint, it basically reduces the heat by like 90%. But at the same time, what it doesn't do is reduce the visible light transmittance. So another product that basically covers both water and air is this gadget or device that you could call the AWG, or atmospheric water generator. So what it does is it gets water from air. So it uses the humidity in a space. We are in a tropical country, so of course there's humidity all the time, and it makes it into drinkable water. So instead of having to ship in or order water from the outside where you have to truck it, you basically have the capabilities to generate potable water in your own homes. And it goes through a 12-stage filtration process, so that guarantees that whatever it is you're drinking has gone through all this cleaning processes to make sure that it's healthy and clean. We're really excited because for the 10th year, we're now looking outwards. And one of the things that we laid out from the very beginning, our mission and vision, was to make sure that Geogreen does its share with reducing the Earth's carbon footprint. In the past 10 years, we've limited ourselves to just looking inward and looking to the Philippines. We have dealers in Cebu and Davao, and they've helped us, spread that gospel of green throughout the country. And I think it's time. We're ripe to be able to venture outwards, and we've done well in the past 10 years that we are now expanding operations all over Asia. And we feel that this is really the way we can really walk the talk and not just limit ourselves to just doing something green for the Philippines, because if we really wanted to make a dent in the carbon footprint, we would have to go outwards and expand. And that's what we're looking into now.